So, welcome back. Join us just live. I have a special guest here next to me. Please do introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Jelle Kelstra. Unfortunately, I just lost against Sebastiaan Kan. He played a very good match indeed. So now I'm in the commentary booth.
Great to have you because we were just talking behind the screen. A very experienced commentator, Jelle is, and also a great player, as you have seen throughout the day. And so, when we look at this match, Jelle in particular, share us your thoughts with how do you think this match will go?
Well, I think René is the more experienced player. He has more experience with winning the tournaments. But on the other hand, if you go by form today, I think Sebas is actually a little bit better in form than René is at the moment. It
Yeah,
doesn't give any guarantees, of course.
true.
I mean, it's still a race to four, a best of seven, and also René can find his stroke during this match.
I agree. Yeah,
But
and
overall, I think they're well suited
I
for
couldn't
each
agree
other.
more. Yes, and also the interesting thing is these guys they have completely different styles. Whereas Sebas is the more modern day player, open, likes to go for shots, likes to keep the scoring colors available, and Rene can play both games. I've seen him during multiple tournaments make back-to-back centuries with his back against the ball, but he can also pull out a win by making his highest break of 30, and he doesn't mind. If he has to play that, then he will.
Yeah, he's not the type of player that really flows. But on the other hand, he's a very complete player. So, like you said, he can play multiple types of games.
Yeah,
So even if it doesn't really yeah, go to his favor, most of the times he still manages to win the important matches.
yeah,
And that's a very important trait, if you ask me.
exactly. Especially if you want to be a champion, you can't always have it your way. So some days you really need to scrap it out and then win by definition ugly, but it's all the result that matters at the end of it.
Yeah, like I said, I was just playing Sbas, and yeah, he was really striking the ball well. Was really yeah, playing his A game at a certain moment.
Yeah, especially with the century, it was a lovely break,
Yeah,
total
finished
clearance.
with a 104. So I think the main target for Sabas right now is to just keep on striking the ball like he used to.
Yeah, I think also it's important for Sebas, and it would be in his favor to keep this match op- open. So like the layout right now, ball spread, all colors, especially the high value colors in play. Because if it turns scrappy, I would favor Rene any day of the week in them type of exchanges. Because like you said earlier, he's very adaptable and very no stranger to these high pressure matches. No strangers to winning high pressure matches as well.
Yeah, it is.
That's a
Oh
great
wow.
three ball combination there by Sebas.
Yeah.
Picked out well. He's a bit unfortunate actually to have nudged the blue safe, but he's still on the green here. Ooh, didn't see that one coming.
Still feel like Sebas is settling a bit. It's of course the final of the Haags Open.
Yeah, it's
So
different stakes, right?
yeah, it is.
But yeah, just short on that. Very nice of you to join us in the commentary, because a lot of players, when they are knocked out of a tournament, they tend to leave and they don't want to talk to anyone for an hour. But I'm glad to say I know you as a friend, and I've known you ever since we were kids. You're definitely not one of those. You
No,
keep
I
to
mean,
yourself.
I love the game, and I mean, kudos to Sebas who played a very decent match against me. So yeah, it's bound to be a good final as well.
Yeah. I'm just curious to see if René can put his scoring boots on and apply a bit of pressure in terms of scoring,
Yeah,
because we all know what he is capable of in the tactical department. I want to see him show some of his scoring powers because he can easily make century breaks as well.
yeah. I just actually spoke to him just before the match. He was complaining a bit about yeah, not really feeling it. His arm was a yeah, little bit rusty, so to say, and he was really looking for that smooth stroke. But of course, that's hard to fabricate during a final. So I think the main objective for Rene right now is to just keep composed, just shoot every ball, shot by shot.
Ooh,
I,
that was an unforced error there. Just when I was about to press on the ping ball.
yeah,
But now he's not gonna got away with it because the red to the left
yeah.
middle is still definitely on, and he can easily play for the pink.
I think there's
Just
a good.
about potting this ball, he'd be automatically on the pink here. He's done successfully. So now it's a chance for Sebas to stack up some points. Are the points correct now? Or meanwhile we'll still try to keep up with the activities on the table.
Yeah, good shot.
Had to force around the angles. Still a little bit short for comfort, but comfortable enough to pot the red above the black. But he needs to negotiate the cannon here because he's bound to go into the reds. He wants to control the topspin to either stay on the black or even the pink.
Yeah,
That's a very nice shot.
good shot. Yes,
No balls to the cushions as well, so that's always a bonus.
and positively played.
Yeah,
You know, he didn't just roll it in. He really hit it well.
yeah. I think he was expecting a different bounce from the cushion there. It's awfully close as well.
I think he's all right with the red to the middle.
Red to the middle, but there's a bit of pressure on this because you have to make them, otherwise you're just leaving all the reds there for your
Ooh.
opponent. It's
Well,
really
this is a
just the
good
pressure.
chance for René to seal the frame.
Yeah, I mean he's if our scoreline here is correct, Rene is 4 points in front, so he wouldn't need the red up table if he can combine them with blacks. Thanks,
Yeah,
David, for
just
the score
scrap
up.
those three remaining reds.
Take them with blacks. Just make sure you get a nice angle on each shot to go upwards, and then you can play a nice positional shot on the last red. You just roll it in, and then the frame is absolutely guaranteed. First thing first, make sure you combine these last three reds with the black. Ideally, you can afford to play a few pinks as well. Uh, Oh man, I'm completely.
A little bit more angle than he wanted to, but shouldn't pose a problem. Oh,
Hmm.
well,
Still a little lifeline there for Sebas. I'm sure he's over the moon to be at the table again because the start position where Rene started this break, you wouldn't have fancied
yeah,
him not to at least combine the four reds with a color.
good first shot from Sebas.
He's a confident putter, isn't he?
Yeah,
I remember the blue he played in the yellow bag in the century break, which was out of this world. Because he was almost forced into taking an absurd shot on, played to perfection, and from there on he created a nice scoring opportunity, and
yeah,
he went
like I
on to
said,
make
you
the
can really
century.
tell he's feeling it today. You know, he's striking the ball well. He's striking it with confidence. He's also, yeah, quite known, of course, for being an
Attacking.
attackive player.
Yeah,
But yeah, especially today, that really suits him.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just like this shot, you know.
He's sticking to his guns, you know. It's
Yeah,
like, well, you know this guy, obviously, Mark Bijstapel. He's a very attacking, fluent player. I mean, sometimes players like with these styles can be criticized for their shot selection, but the other hand you have to stick to your guns, you know. That's what makes you a dangerous player. So if you now all of a sudden start to play a game that you're not familiar with, it can actually backfire on you.
well, I mean, especially for Sebas, I mean, I think the best tactic for him is to just play his own game and not to go with René, you know. And
Yeah,
René, of course, is a very different player.
yeah, I cannot agree more, and that's why I said as
Um,
well it's in his favor to keep this match open and not scrappy, because scrappy will not
well,
be in his favor.
Scrappy usually favors René.
Oh, he's a master in that. But you know they count as much as the century breaks. I
Yeah,
mean, the
yeah, it
century
does.
break does fuel your ego, but doesn't change the. It just adds one frame. Hmm.
He's looking to leave the cue ball where the yellow is. Bounce the yellow two rails to the same rail. A little bit too soft.
It's good enough safety there by Rene, because we all know the main objective is to keep the object ball safe. Look at the cue ball. I was a
Creative solution.
Yeah, but it was a
Placing
dangerous
first.
shot, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have easily gone wrong. Look at where the yellows landed. If the white would have been in, this frame would be over. This is also where you can see the advantage in the tactical department.
Yeah.
You can play this all day long and probably win these exchanges or the majority of these exchanges. Actually, I just made that before we were sitting at the table. You were there as well, talking with Sebastiaan. I said if this was a MMA match, this would be a high-level grappler against a knockout artist, where Rene is the grappler, and if he takes you down, then you're in deep trouble.
Yeah. In this case, the blue isn't also very favorable for Sebas.
No, it's not.
Seeming in it is, yeah, it's rather close to the rail. And yeah, for the middle, it's quite a thin shot.
Yeah, you need to be absolutely perfect on the blue for even to, you know, consider the.
Wow, good shot. Very good shot.
But I know this blue would be, every day in a week bang shot for you, double as we call it in English or in snooker terms, I should say.
Yeah, good speed control by René so far. Shot a few of those similar shots, but he managed to keep the object ball yeah, at the good side of the rail. Let's see if Sebas will try the same shot again. So rail first, knock the yellow up table.
Yeah, but the yellow this time is even closer to the
Yeah.
side cushion. Not
The other option is to hit it thin, but you also risk of double hitting the ball.
exactly. Now, in this particular instance, I'm not the one to say I disagree with this shot because I know Sebastian. He's with the mindset of if the safety or if I feel the safety is as difficult as the attacking option, I will always go for the attack. And I truly believe that's what he thought of that shot.
Yeah, but he didn't have a lot of future, so to say, for the green one.
Yeah, I
So I
agree.
don't think it was the right choice. But anyway, he's at the table right now,
And
so
he's forced an opportunity
yeah,
there. Let's just have a quick look at the other angle. Oh no, he's right in front of the camera now.
yeah. And this is where the blue can really make the difference. Assuming it's not a straightforward shot.
That's another great shot. I mean, these them shots can be easily missed with using the rest along the cushions. They're not gimmies.
No.
And also another good thing for him is he's left himself an angle to work with the brown
Yeah.
here, so he can at least get closer to the blue ball, either to play the double or maybe try to
Oh.
pot it. But first things first,
Yeah, I
failed to pot the brown, and I think
feel
he's.
like he didn't have much angle, and he tried to force it
I
through the.
think when he tried to stun it off two rails, I don't think he had that angle. He should
No,
have just played topspin on and
exactly.
off,
Yeah.
and maybe just settle for the double there. Still not a gimme. It just wriggles in for an A. Now let's have a look at the score. Still 18 on. He's 12 ahead, so he's still gonna need the blue. And the blue is actually, the key shot and the key ball in this frame because
Do you
the
think
other.
he'll go for this?
I think there's value, but you need to play it in such speed where if it doesn't drop, it doesn't stick. Uh,
Oh wow,
yeah, that's a great
what a
shot.
shot!
Yeah, I thought there was value in that shot truly
Yeah.
because the other balls weren't safe either. So, like the safety was tricky as well. Played at the absolute perfect speed as well for me.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah, very good blue ball. And indeed, the safety was also quite hard.
Yeah,
So I think he made the right choice there.
yeah. It's one thing well, there's many things I admire of René's game. I think one of the things that does not get enough credit for me is his temperament, and by temperament I specifically mean when when the crunch shots present themselves, he doesn't shy away from them. So although he might have this sense of a percentage player, when he has to go for it, he will go for it full stop, all in, and he's not afraid to go all in. And I mean, Julie, that's also because of his win rate, whether it's in the team competition, whether it's in in tournament play. If you keep winning, then obviously the belief and the confidence is there, especially when it counts on pressure shots, pressure situation. And I've seen this in practice as well with him, where he's forced into taking, all-in shot, and he just plays it the right way. He just goes for a stop shot, doesn't try to play some sort of shot to nothing. He just goes all in, and the majority of the time he makes them. And when he does miss, it always is, rattled in the pocket. So that's also a big strength of him, I believe.
Well, like you said, he tends to shine well. It's crunch time, and
Yeah,
that's a really important asset to have.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you don't fluke five Dutch champion single titles. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yes.
So and like I think he's average in the team competition, Premier League that is around 90% win rate. Like the
Yeah.
matches he plays, and he
Yeah.
almost plays everything. Like he on a year basis he maybe misses one or two rounds. So he also plays a lot. It's not like he's playing 10 matches a year and he wins the 9 out of 10. No, he's playing like 90% and he wins normally around 90%. Or like I think one of his, since I've joined the team, I think his lowest ever one season was 83%.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy.
You know, like really deserves credit. And
He may not have the best stroke of them all, but I mean,
I think
yeah,
it looks
who needs
different.
who needs a good stroke when you're really, decent at especially at crunch time.
Mm. I think the thing is, his style isn't maybe as flamboyant as a Roy, right? Roy Stoke.
Yeah,
But
but it
the
doesn't
last
matter.
time, I think it was last Thursday, right? I met up with him. We played a few frames, practiced together, and it just, I don't know, for whatever reason, I was like, all right, let me just study his stroke, study his technique, and I came to find out that he has a very fluent. He doesn't grip the cue too tight, and it really does make only straight movements with his backhand. So it's just in a straight line,
Straightforward. Yeah.
and it's very effective. It's the same thing like with, for example, it's a different style. But if you look at Mark Allen, it doesn't look flashy. It doesn't look like he's got the greatest cue power in the world. But if you look at his scoring power, I mean, he's one of the most effective guys out there. Now, this frame has already quickly turned into a
Yeah.
tactical exchange.
Yeah, I like this shot. It's attacking,
Yeah,
but still safe.
you know, most of the time these type of frames they end up in because you keep splatting the reds more and more to the point where the obvious safety getting back towards the black cushion is not
Yeah.
on. Then you're almost forced into taking one of these reds in the either corner or middle pockets. Now the first player who makes it, they have
Yeah.
like a almost practice routine scattered reds.
Especially these types of shots, you tend to shoot them rather quickly, or while it's so important to make sure that the cue ball is frozen to the rail.
Yeah,
I mean that can really be a game changer within the frame.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, it's all about who has the initiative, and like you say, it.
I mean just like this shot, if it was like 2 centimeters closer to the rail, Sebas couldn't have played this shot, for example. You
No,
know,
it would have been 100 times more difficult. Uh, he has. I feel like he did, back himself to get that pot because there's definitely a red below the bunch that goes into the left center, and I think it's a natural angle for René to play on the black. So if you can manage to pot this red, as you can see here, actually is a great chance for René.
it's too thin, I think. Oh, it's
No, it
good.
was
Wow.
perfect. And also a nice angle on the black to go up. This is already a good chance for René
Yeah.
to stamp his authority. If he can start with a 50 plus break already here, this could really set the tone. Right, let me just put start his break. Yeah, he's got options here.
I don't know if the
The cluster of two
yeah
reds, I think the bottom one go towards the black again.
yeah yeah this
Yeah,
is really Really nice for René.
Yeah, in trouble as well for Sebas. I mean, it's not looking from this position. It's not looking all too in your favor that you will be back at the table anytime
Oh,
soon. You know.
oh.
Um,
Was,
lost his cue ball a little bit. I think he was hoping to nudge the red. He just passed. He's got a little thin one in the left corner, I believe, but he's also contemplating to take one up to the yellow pocket. Or is there one in the middle? Oh wait, there's a gap.
oh wow. Yeah,
There is a
he's
gap.
aiming for it.
There you go.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
That's even better.
We were already talking about some recovery shot,
Yeah.
but I guess it wasn't necessary.
Again, played the red positive, make sure he had some sort of angle on the blue. It didn't need to be perfect on the blue. This was more than enough.
No,
This
didn't
was
want to
not
hit the
planned.
green,
Yeah,
but I think he still has that red
to the left
to the
middle.
left middle.
The right middle would have been a lot better for him, but
Yeah,
the question just remains now, can he avoid the pink and the reds going downwards? Or can he play it thin enough to avoid the pack of reds and pink?
yeah, maybe put a lot of screw on it.
He couldn't avoid
Oh,
them, but he hit them in such a way, and I believe he's got a nice angle on the black as well. So, yeah, still needs to make sure he makes this black. If you take your eyes
I
off the
think you
pot,
would want to hit the middle red right now with the cue ball.
the one to the left, to the
Yeah,
right
like
of the
this, like this.
great, great call there by my eagle eye.
That'll give you a lot of options.
Yeah, no, that's a great call. Absolutely, it was the right shot as well, of course. Like you said, is he's now you can choose from three reds. I think towards the bottom corner here. Yeah, you have to maybe take out the spider, but it's not a difficult shot. You just
No,
need to drop it in.
straightforward.
Now, if it's a bit on a shorter pace, it would be absolutely fine because you'd be high on the black. If you somehow are not comfortable on the black, you could still have the pink.
Just stay on the top side of the black, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, that's good.
So it's already on 31 the break, and there's no indication of him slowing down because the reds are just opening up more and more like a bunch of flowers.
It's code red for Sebas.
Literally.
Oh, that's a little bit soft. I mean, the tables here are not as fast as
They are in West End.
as in West End, for example, yes, or in Maasluis,
So now
where René plays.
you have this red. If you look at his angle here, right? He's just right in front of it.
Yeah, I think he's all. I think he's okay.
He can stun across for the pink in the opposite middle back, or even,
Yeah.
if he applies a
Does it
little bit more power, he can still go back towards the black.
does it
Look,
pass the red there?
yeah, there's
The
one
pink in
below
the
the
right
pink.
middle?
I think so. He's gone
Oh.
through, and I don't really understand. Oh boy, I can only presume the pink does not pass the red in the middle.
No, I think it's blocked by the upper red.
No, so he's now taking this difficult pressure black ball on. Key shot, yeah,
Nope.
missed it by a country mile.
Well, Sebas, if there
That's
was
a let
ever a
off.
moment,
Yeah, that's a let off because I mean, look at where the Reds are situated. Still, they look great position, right? Easy starter.
yeah, just play it with the pink. That'll do the trick
I
to
mean,
get this
first
frame.
glance, the only tricky red is the one to the left of the side cushion because the ones that are above, towards the bulk, they are still comfortable, easy puttable.
Yeah, just make sure that you first clean those reds surrounding the pink, and then move over to the two reds to near the green.
I like the cue ball control. I mean, he's in close with the next shot. Seems to have the correct angle each shot. So far, so good.
Yeah, and I like his pace as well. He's really flowing it.
Yeah,
He's feeling it.
yeah.
And
But
you
he's
can really
always been
tell.
like that. He's always been like that. Sebas isn't your typical methodical player. He likes to get on with it, likes to go for his shots, and when he is, when he's confident or when he is making it look seamlessly easy, he can be a threat to anyone, as you've obviously experienced
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah, I
When he
did.
gets on a roll,
Yeah.
he can be very devastating. As you can see, like the amount of time he's taken for this break, and he's almost closing the gap. Rene had a almost 40 points
Mm.
head start, if you like, and now within, I'd say, a minute and a half, it's almost, the score line is leveled almost.
I think he's a bit straight on the left red. So
Now he's got an angle, but he doesn't want to push the red to the. That's why he's played it
okay,
harder.
yeah, yeah.
And this hasn't worked completely perfect yet, but I do feel like he's favored to make this black.
I think he could have calculated that a little bit better as well. I
I
mean,
think his main concern was he didn't want to push that red that he nudged into towards the rail. Now he did make sure to pot the black, but now he's completely lost position.
well,
I'm wondering if he can
did he?
attack the red below the brown, because that
Yeah,
would be, it's almost a similar shot where you play the brown towards the blue, for example.
yeah.
Yeah,
Good shot.
and I
Wow.
like the way he played it. He played it such a way where he had multiple options, and now he's got a great angle on the pink to develop that red to the left cushion.
But does he need to develop it? Oh,
Yeah, he definitely went for it because
but
that's the only ball that's
played it with the
troublesome.
right pace.
Yeah, I still got a chance here though. I mean, you can still maybe try and play for the. I mean, he's got options. You can play for blue, pink, or black. So that's a 50 break already in pretty quick time, has to be said. I would fancy the black here because it's natural angle. You could go, you could even play position. He's trying to force the
I mean,
pink.
I think he can pot the red in the middle, right? No, he's trying it the other way
Yeah, it's in
in the
bits in
corner.
between now because he's, yeah. Here you can see. I think. Well,
Here it looks a little bit more tough from this angle.
yeah. So now he's going for the cutback. It's a blind pocket. Is one of those that if you don't play at the right pace, you can easily leave it on if you miss it. This is why he's played it in such a pace where he had chance to leave it safe, and he has.
Mm.
So you have to say a great reply from Sebas, from also a great opportunity, of course. Let off the hook by René, but he's
Yeah,
still
fair
not
play
out of
to him.
it. Still not out of it. It's a battle of whoever can get control of the red and force a mistake. That's a great shot.
Almost covered by the green, but I think he can still see it.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, Sebas is looking at it, but I think he has to go rail first.
I
Yeah,
had this
needs a little
idea
bit
that
of
he,
luck
he
here.
would probably almost be tempted. Yeah, now he's sold out. It's
Yeah,
that's all the hard work he's done could be gone. One good pot, one positional.
yeah, good job by René.
Yeah,
Yeah, bit too short on the blue,
Yeah.
but shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I think he's too high to screw across the face of the pink, so now he has to go
It's up and
top
down.
spin. I think he's lost
That's a
his
little
cue
bit
ball
too hard.
there.
Yeah. Oh, he tried to play it a little bit harder
Mm.
even.
I mean, if the route he took, I actually played for the yellow into the green pocket. Just try to
Yeah,
control the throw
I
the
thought he was going to, but
yeah. But the pace he played it, you wouldn't really think he played that. Anyway, frame is still in the balance. Nothing is really
no.
safe, and this yellow is potable
I think Sebas will go for it. It really suits his game.
for sure. Yeah, it's also his style of play. I think, but in the back of his mind, yeah. But we're looking at this. The back of his mind, he knows as well that there's no point for him to try to outsmart Rene in the safety exchanges.
No, like I said, I think Sebas has to, yeah, try to just play his game, you know.
Yeah,
So that means a little bit more attacking the shot.
yeah. Although here he has to play a good safety because
Yeah,
that's not a good reply there
yeah,
by Rene.
yeah, good shot.
Yeah. Well controlled pace.
No, René is in trouble.
He's
Two
used
reels.
the proverbial wall of balls to cover the yellow.
Yeah, he tries to play two rails. Yeah, great shot. Little bit too thick, unfortunately.
Yeah, still a chance. It's not an easy one, but if he can negotiate this long part, a bit of show one of a smooth cueing he's been showing throughout the day. This could be a frame-winning chance. Ooh,
Ooh. And what does he leave?
he has stuck it up. It's a game of inches, I'm afraid. I think it's natural angle as well for René. Ooh,
Oh,
I didn't see
I,
that one
I
coming.
actually think he didn't see it. He try, if you
He was
looked at
queuing
how he
down,
took
huh?
the shot, he was a
Yeah,
little bit
maybe
elevated.
he couldn't see the full potting angle. Yeah, could be. Either way,
Yeah, I
this
know.
positional shot needs to be flush, and it's not. This is not still game.
Just drop it in.
Gonna need the brown
Oh
as
wow,
well.
he even shot it with a little bit of insight. Well, I mean that also shows how confident he is at the moment, you know.
Yeah, but it's also again his style of play. He likes to go all out. He likes to like just play the positive shot. But this is not a game either.
Nope.
This it really wasn't. And yeah, I mean it all started with his yellow to green. Really, I mean he could have made life a bit easier for himself. But again, this frame is still in the open. One good shot here, one good positional shot also from Rene could really turn this frame into his favor.
Yep.
I mean, can we have a look at this cue ball? Um, I think it's comfortable enough to avoid contacting the
Yeah, just
pink.
make sure you pot the blue ball, and
Just
then
whatever you do, just don't land straight on the pink
yeah. Oh.
and pot the blue. I should have said. A lot of curveballs, huh?
Yeah. Well, is he going to go for
Oh,
this?
for sure, for sure. This is frame ball. 12 ahead, 18 remaining. Just needs the blue. Wow, it wasn't even close, to be
No.
honest.
No, because
Was
I asked because it was also a pretty easy stop shot to stick it to the pink.
no, Sebastian's an attacking player, and honestly, that was for his caliber of player. That was miles off.
Does he fluke it?
It does fluke a
Oh,
snooker, I believe.
nah, you can see it.
Yeah. Well, he's already
Uh,
walked around to look at the putting angle. He's not holding back, and
now it's a
in a
different
way,
cookie.
no, in a way, in a way, I can understand that because he only needs the blue, and there's not a safe ball. I mean, it's really hard to play a good safety here.
Well, that
But I
was
like the way
close.
he's play. He's
Yeah,
placed his cue ball, so he
good cue
had
ball.
some sort of a safety in mind. After all,
Yeah, containing safety. Just make sure the blue ends up at the bottom rail. I think he has the snooker. So René will try to kick it 2 rails. Yeah, good shot. A little bit fortunate, but yeah, at these types of shots, you also need to be a little bit fortunate.
hmm he's got Sebastian in a bit of trouble there. I'm trying to see whether is there is a path around the back of the black, but I don't think so because
He's aiming for 2 rails.
this can be
Just hit
easily
it.
missed. This can be easily missed. Mm. Here's where truly the misrule is a fickle thing, isn't it? Because he
Yeah.
fluked the snooker out of a snooker, and I mean, many players would have done the same thing here, but yeah, it's harsh. So let me see.
I think
Fouled
it
the
was a little
pink.
bit further off the rail. This doesn't seem right.
No, no, no. It was a lot further off the rail.
Try to hit it 2 rails again. Yeah, good shot, but what does he leave? René. Yeah, René has a pot to the middle. So here we go. Crunch time. Oh, he scratched it. Wow. Yeah, now's a good chance for Sebas to tie up the score. It's a real tester.
Yeah, it's one of
Straightforward.
them shots when you practice long pots. It's one of the shots you would automatically put on the table.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's a bit unsettled.
Yeah, he's rattled. I think he's had multiple chances, and he's just come up short
Yeah,
every.
actually, this is what we talked about at the start of the match. The frames are getting a little bit more scrappy, a little bit more safeties,
No, there you can see it.
and
But
you
I
can
mean,
really tell that Sebas is
I mean to his defense, I
influenced.
mean this safety, this snooker was always going to be plumb. So, but
Oh,
yeah, I agree. There's a couple of misses, especially the one where he was like, "Is he going for this?" Where he had what we would consider a medium long pot, blue in the corner in the green bag. I thought he was miles off. I mean, I truly fancied him to make that ball, and it has to be said, didn't really threaten the pocket. And
oh,
ever since,
that was
I just
close.
feel like he's.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a discussion right now. I actually think Sebas is from the opinion that he missed it close enough. so
Hmm.
that it wasn't a miss.
Yeah, I know. It's a horrible
I
discussion
mean,
to be in.
it was really close, and it was a hard shot that he took with the rest.
So I need to. Wait, this 1 second. I need to foul. Yeah. So eventually they came to an agreement that it wasn't a miss.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing is, as well, you don't want to such an important moment of the match be decided by this misrule. I mean, if you're gonna lose it, at least let the guy earn it, right?
Well, chance for Sebas. Nope.
Um, to his credit, I mean, of all the blue balls he's taken on, this was the by far the most difficult one. But I mean, Rene still is gonna need the pink, but that shouldn't be a problem if he managed to sink. Oh, he's not even. He wasn't even tempted.
It's a little short, but still a tough blue ball. Yeah, good pace.
Yeah, and you can see the tap of the table as well by Rene. That's a great reply. Used the pink to his advantage, and like you said, is a good pace. But unfortunately, he's actually left maybe a tempter here.
I think he can try and find the snooker behind the black right now.
He's looking at the scores, I believe, is Sebast, and maybe he's questioning whether the scoreline is correct or not. But should be correct, right? Not so
I don't
sure.
know what they're arguing about right now.
I don't think this will do his do anything for his concentration. To be honest, not so sure what they're talking about. This is where the Mosconi players might come into handy. That's, by the way, such a great addition, right? To be able to hear the chats they have in between the players.
Yeah.
Some funny must-see TV that comes out of that, right?
Yeah, good pace again.
Yeah,
It seems a little bit short. So here's a chance for René.
yeah. It's absolutely worth taking it on. I mean, when you miss it, you still have a chance to leave it safe. Although, having said that, it will be a type of putt that will
I
draw
think
up.
Sebas will make this, to be honest. Oh, he
You know
doesn't.
what? Any other day, the thing is, any other day of the week, I would have agreed. But I've seen some of the blue balls, and I hate to repeat myself. You know, the blue he missed, the medium range blue towards the green pocket. Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. So after that, I'm like, I feel like he's rattled. You know, but
Yeah, and this game favors René. I mean, this is where he really excels.
well, I see your point of view here, but the thing is, nothing is safe just yet, and fact still remains: one good pot can still deliver Sebastian's
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah, but I mean, right now it's hard to fabricate a good pot because the game is dominated by safety play.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's very hard from the one chance you get right now to also play a good pot. Oh, oh wow.
Yeah, but the time is not over, so still. Oh well, if our scores are correct, which I
Yeah.
tend to believe that they are, um, Rene would also need. Well, both players would need both colors. So
Well, would you go for this?
I think I would. Yeah. bad when you've not played the tournament all day, you know? Because at the end of the day, it all depends on how you're feeling within your skin, right?
That seems a little bit soft. So
Yeah.
I think René will take on the shot. Miss it on the pro side, so rather too thin than too thick. No, he's playing the containing
Maybe he
safety
missed that
again.
too thick then.
Yeah.
Mm. So our colleague David, he just walked back. Ooh, wow. Never
Oh,
mind, never
that's
mind.
an error.
Never mind. This
Yeah.
should be over. I mean, Sebas, if so, I mean, you have to take this chance. There's
Yeah.
no ifs or buts. You have to take this chance, and I'm
Yep.
pretty confident that this frame is in the bag for Sebas. Yeah.
So the score is 1-1.
Yeah, there was some sort of discussion about the actual score, whether it was 65, because what we had was 65, 65, but David said it was 64. But in the end, it didn't matter. In the meanwhile, I'm just gonna. Oh my god, die van mij staat de hele tijd uit.
Well, Arya, welcome to the studio. Good to have you here today.
I accidentally found out I was talking. I think the whole latter part of that frame with the actual sound off. So that's typically me, right? Hugo van Houten is watching. It's your boys from The Hague, Hugo. Jelle and Arya. That's the first red potted, right?
Straight out of Houtwijk.
It has to be. Let me see. Yeah, that's the first red. Oh no, I've put it at the wrong player. God.
Aye, that was a little bit too straight off the rail. Now he has to elevate over those two reds. Just focus on the pot.
Bram, Bram. Kan je dit fixen? Want het is helemaal shit.
Yeah, he didn't meant to double hit that ball. So now a chance for Sebas to get some grip in this frame.
There we go. Yeah, he's when he just went
Yeah,
for a short toilet break. He's like, yeah,
I think he's just gonna run the cue ball through the pack. No, I actually would have done that because then you
yeah. The
also have a
pink is
good
out of the
chance to
commission. Yeah,
yeah to
yeah,
play the
yeah.
pink free.
Yeah, it's interesting that because I know, well, I've known Sebas always for being the one type of player that wants to smash the pack open as soon as possible. But it's interesting to see him not go for that option. So
Perhaps there
much
was a
so he's
combination somewhere.
maybe, yeah. So much so he's now forced to play in a safety. I didn't think he expected to abort that break that soon, but
Yeah, the Reds are getting more scattered by the shot. So I think
actually was a good shot to play. More or less shot to nothing.
yeah, it was.
If you look at where the cue ball has landed, if that would have been in, that would have been a great chance actually. Also worth mentioning, just major shout out to Joost Vink, the tournament director, and the guy behind, the organization of this tournament, who's actually at the table officiating this final. Like he's done pretty much, well, countless editions. So yeah, huge shout out to Joost and obviously Delta for making this tournament possible.
For so many years already.
Yeah, and we had many different winners here. Some true OGs in the game and some unexpected winners as well. And it's always a tournament where I've grown to watch, the good players uh, come and participate in. So that's still a nice prospect to have for, Hague and the Hague snooker community. Meanwhile, better safety there by Sebas.
Yeah, good reply as well.
Yeah, excellent.
Couldn't do much else anyway, but I think all René right now has is a shot to the middle. The
But what
upper.
do you think, Jelle? He's now. It's obviously the situation. Neither player would have preferred the Reds to end up like that. To the left side cushion. But what do you think? This should really favor René.
I think it does, yeah. I mean, right now you just have a layout where the best tactic is to just combine one red with one color, just one at a time.
Hmm.
Don't try to force any breaks. Just make sure that you yeah take take on the frame. So actually, yeah, the way René is doing right now, just make sure that you pot the available reds. Just combine them with pink. Don't bother trying to do anything with the black.
Hmm. However, you've just mentioned the pink. The pink does not go into the bottom right corner. I can show you just after this shot. If you look at the other camera angle, it's clear to see that pink does not pass, and it's not helped Rene really to um, he's landed on the wrong side of the blue here. And the reason I say this because we've already noticed that it's not a brand new cloth, so these shots are a lot more difficult than they have to be.
Well, this is a good shot. Look at where it ends. Perfect for the red to the middle. Yeah, that seems a little bit short.
Yeah,
So he's ended up at the wrong side of the blue.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if he wants to continue this break, he might even have to look at the black, because I'm not so sure what he's looking at right now.
I think he'll just make the blue. Perhaps the bottom red from
Let's
the
have a
little
look.
cluster there near the pink.
Yeah.
It'll pass. Oh, wow. That was a little bit lucky.
What? It flicked off the
Yeah,
other
he
red.
flicked off the other red, yes.
That's a nice telling
Yeah.
snooker. Yeah, although it might not seem a great lead, but I mean, still 6 points in the good, and is now controlling the frame.
I think it's a good result. René will just try to hit that upper red down table. Make sure the cue ball is frozen to the rail. I think he did a pretty good job. Oh, he even made it. Wow.
It's one of those that you're actually annoyed that it's dropped in because now you're left with a tough
Yeah, that
safety.
was actually a very good shot, but now he has to try to.
Yeah,
Wow, good shot.
played that well.
Good pace.
I have to say, for a minute there, I thought maybe there was value in trying to send the brown towards the safe reds, try to open up the frame a bit, but I have to say that the green he played might have looked easy, but it wasn't.
Yeah, good cue ball again. Sebas is in a little bit of trouble here. I think he can still hit the red left, right to the pink. Yeah, he's all right.
The other thing we need to factor in is the longer you have these stalemates where a long passage of a couple of minutes or more, where a player don't get to pot a ball, it's always going to be in the favor of René, really. Because I feel the um, the focus expansion of Sebas is different, whereas René is more composed. He's willing to scrap it out, and you might have a certain point in the match where Sebas is maybe a bit fed up, and he puts a little less attention in the shots.
Yeah, he tries to force the play more.
Exactly. And if you're René, you're watching that from your seat or wherever your corner is, you're glad because you're seeing the rewards of all the hard work you're doing.
It's a good shot.
It's a great shot because he's covered all the reds at the left side of the table. The red he was forced to take on, he covered that as well. Although a
Oh, wow.
good reply by Sebas, but still, the layout is still in the favor of René, really. I think he's gonna nudge the blue, yeah. Let's have a look at this angle here. Because that's the other thing as well, right? If you're a flow player, which we have established, Sebastian definitely is, these scrappy exchanges do take the rhythm out of your play.
Yeah, yeah, and that's fair play by René, of course. I mean, Sebas was really having the momentum so far this tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
And with this play, you can really tell he's struggling a little bit more.
He almost made the six double. No, I agree. There were moments in this match, and obviously towards the end of your match with him, where you can really feel that he was flying high on confidence. And any difficult shot that presented itself seemed ever so easy, but now it's a different ball game. And I think it started with the scrappy frame here just before this, where both players had multiple chances to win it. So it really took out the sting in this match, and Rene is already building on his lead here. I think he's lost his cue ball there.
That's a little bit of a poor shot. I think he'll try to play it safe again behind the brown. Yeah, good shot again. Played rail first. I think with a lot of inside spin to make sure that you let the cue ball flow 2 rails back up table. Nope.
But again, credit to Rene. I mean, he's forced this mistake by playing good safeties, potting the balls he needs to pot, and this one I really do not understand. I thought he had a easy shot to play position for the pink, but somehow he's gone all the way up to the balk. Is he looking at the black here? Surely not.
No, I think he's looking at the green.
Ah, okay. So he's a bit hampered by these two reds there, so therefore he needs a little bit of an
Yeah.
extension. No, not even. It's just the distance. It's a nice shot. It's not easy to force them with the rest.
Yeah.
Still a bit short, unfortunately, for René here, but main objective was to make the green, and it's gonna be another safety, really. There's no pot on.
Yeah, send the cue ball up table.
So what would you prefer when you're playing safe here? You try to not touch these two reds on the side rail, or you
No, I'll touch it. The upper red one. Cue
thin
ball,
it?
yeah, outside, and make sure that you pass in front of the blue to go up table.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done this.
I like that shot.
Yeah, that
Needs
was
to.
sort of what I was. Oh, well, is there a gap?
I don't think so. I think the blue is a very big ball there.
Yeah, yeah, well,
Nah, I don't think. I mean, I think he's forced into taking the combination, right? Or can he?
I think he's going for the combination. Oh,
Honestly, I thought he would go for the combination from the cushion. And there is an argument to say, you know what? It's not completely over the hole, but there is an argument to say try to pot the red off the other red and make sure that you get your cue ball back in center position where you have at least the blue, pink, or even the black if you go too far. It's a risky one because you can miss it. I do think it's the right shot
I
here.
think he's favorable to make this. Yep.
I could not have played that better. Also the pace, he's controlled his cue ball there.
Yeah, but he is a little bit on the 50-yard line here.
True. Yeah, that's very true. I think he's well.
Screwed it a little bit too much
I feel the
for
black
the
is a
pink.
pretty comfortable pot here, and the blue as well, of course. But position needs to be negotiated. He almost jumped up that shot.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
he
as soon as he
snookered.
hit it, he thought the blue wouldn't even reach the pocket. But I don't know. I mean, he's playing away from the
Oh
green in
wow,
a
I
sense,
think
right?
I think he can make it. He can make it. Wow.
Yeah, but he's
Oh, he
not out
was
of the
fortunate there.
woods. He's not out of the woods just yet. This pink is no gimme. I do, I do fancy him making this, but it still needs to be potted. Oh, what a great shot that was! That was a great shot. He could say he's a bit unfortunate because I thought he played at the right pace, but it's still a cut shot here into a blind pocket. Yeah,
Yeah,
played
it's
it
a good
positively.
little hit.
One good positional shot here, and in my book, he's just gone favorite in this frame.
Yeah, I think he is.
Oh.
I don't see any trouble here. Just make sure that he stays composed. Came a little bit short there, but shouldn't pose a problem. Oh wow. Oh, yeah. He really gave that one away, but still managed to leave a snooker for René.
I'm just gonna hop into the match arena for a second because I think I might have had the wrong scoreline here actually. And that's a foul by René, so it should be. I'm just gonna wait for a second because
Yeah, good shot.
just a second.
Nice length.
Just gonna jump into the arena for a
Managed to
sec.
keep the cue ball at the bottom rail. I think Sebas will go for this one to the middle. No, try to play it containing. Try to play the green. to the upper rail, but he leaves a shot for René.
Yeah, so the annoying thing is René is on 37 instead of 36, but I'm really not sure how to adjust that in the scores. So for the meantime, we just have to keep it like this because
Yeah, he made the green, so
uh, who's at the table? So René made the green, right?
yeah.
Okay. So actually, it would be now 40 instead of 39. But fortunately enough for us, although it's a very important part of the match, the frame is still in the balance. So
Oh.
you'd think, like, for example, if this you'd favor René to clear up here. So in that perspective, that 1 point wouldn't really
Yeah, but this is a good
count
chance
too
for
much.
Sebas. Does he have the right angle?
Judging by his body language, I'd say yes.
Yeah, doesn't really matter.
No, no, it wasn't. But
Yeah, he's okay. He's alright.
he only needs the pink either as well. There you go.
Yep. So the score is now 2-1 for Sebas.
Yep. We'll just pop out for a second for a little bevy, as we say. We'll be back in a sec. Too. Now I'm happy to inform you. A major shout out to Jelle for popping in the commentator's booth for well 3 frames, and he needs to go home as well. So I'm happy to inform you we have Bram, the man, the face behind the stream,
Well,
back in the booth.
the voice behind the stream pretty much, but you don't see my face that often, thankfully. We were, David and I were, well, really entertained by Mario Weerman. He was doing his regular routines, cleaning up through the lineup, and ah, he was in form. I think haven't seen so many red black pots ever in my life, to be honest. And that honestly, I know that's due to the level up in the north, but nevertheless.
I don't know. I mean, north, south doesn't really matter. I just do believe, when once you've hit a certain level in
Yeah.
your
Oh,
game,
but that was so obvious. it becomes
Lineup doesn't really count for much for me these days. I think
no.
it's all about the frame situations where where you have to develop some reds, go into the pack, because that's the thing in a frame. As you can see here in the screen, they never end up like that,
No,
or rarely end up like that.
no, that's true. But it
But
was
still, it's a beautiful sight to see someone.
it's great to see somebody in their flow, and I can see how that can be still be applied in a match. Having such a nice cue action, and yeah,
Yeah, the key to that is autopilot. Once like scoring around the black, pink or blue becomes second nature. You almost do it on autopilot. This is why if especially the flow players they accelerate because you just get into this. I don't know. It's a modus you get into, and you can just rack up the points so quickly without really thinking every little detail because you've done that thousands and thousands of times.
I think he made two 100 breaks within 15 minutes. That's really the speed that he was playing at. But you're absolutely right. Anyway, let's focus on this match because well, news to me, and I know it's not news to our viewers, but it's 2-1 to Sebastian, and René is in the balls here, and has a tough blue, I guess, here. If he is going to go for the blue, yeah, he will. Oh, beautiful. Oh, nice. I was wondering if it had the legs, but it apparently did. Spas managed to find a nice angle back to bulk, and oh,
Yeah, and he's covered the red to the left of the black, so that's actually a good shot there by Sebastian. And he tried to develop the black, which he did actually, but suitable reply.
mm-hmm. Great pace. So 9 hours of commentating, Arya.
Is it?
Good job.
Mm. I remember the old days when we did Derby City Classic with Orange Forks. It literally felt like pool 24/7. There was so much action going on and we had like no, 4 tables actually. Some of them with like I don't know 4 or 5 angles. Yeah, that was good fun, but that was mad work as well.
Was that snooker or pool?
No, it was pool
Oh,
Derby City Classic. It was Derby City Classic was back in Ames back then, Deurne, I should say, Ames Deurne, and it was a replica of the. Sorry, I said Derby. Did I say Derby? It was Deurne City Classic, but it was a replica of Derby City Classic, where basically it's like a lowlands of pool,
oh wow.
like
Okay.
non-stop action, money games, 10 foot and whatnot, and yeah, that was good fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun indeed.
Yeah, I mean, it were like, I don't know, at least 22 tables being used. So you can imagine the amount of players we had in the auditorium. It was, yeah, it was a sight to behold for sure. I mean, it reminds me back in the day when we had the Dutch Championships in Jumbo, Warmond.
Yeah.
A massive hall where you had so many tables, and back in the day when we had Dutch Championships, you'd easily get up to or even over 300. And the recent decade, you could say, it's always been around 100. Majority of the times, even below 100. Yeah, it's sad to see the sport decrease in that sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, and thankfully some of the old dogs are coming back, and who knows, that might attract even more old dogs.
Hmm.
But yeah, you're right.
I like to
There's not a.
look at them as veterans. Talking about veterans, and here's one for you at the table.
Yeah.
I just mentioned at the top of the program in one of his absolute significant wins in his entire career for René is actually right in this very tournament where in 2002 he beat Bjorn Haneveer, who was on the pro tour for many years, who was hot favorite, especially in that particular matchup, but just for the tournament in general. I remember because I watched that one live here where the table setups were different. Now the left side of from where we're sitting,
Yeah.
you see all the pool tables. Back then we didn't. We had only three pool tables here. It was just a full out, snooker center. And then he not only obviously beat Björn Hanafir in the final, but even to get there, we had so many killers, like the likes of Mas Roses, Gerrit Bijdelij, Rolf de Jong, all these legends of our game, Karan Chand, Roy Stolk, you name them, they were all here. And, he picked up the trophy, and it was a very high quality match. So, if we're talking about veterans, you always have to include Rene in that bracket.
Yeah. Speaking of veterans, I was listening back to the a part of the Dutch National Championships that we were commentating. When did you say that you won the juniors? No, no, no. I know you don't like talking about it, but when was this? 2000?
2007. Yeah.
Do you know what I realized?
No.
We played in the same tournament.
Did we?
Yeah, I played. That was my first national championships for juniors,
Oh, cool.
and also my last because I was 18 then.
Oh, how
But
cool.
yeah,
How
we
cool.
didn't play against each other though.
Yeah,
In Warmond.
it was in Warmond
Yeah.
indeed, and I ended up in the final against Mitchell van den Berg. Mitchell was in many ways my nemesis. He was, we always had battles, and he would always win. It was always decided, but he always won. Like I never. That was actually the first official time I beat him in his home soil, and it wasn't a pretty match. That I can tell you that much. I
Hey, it's
used to have it.
junior, so.
I used to have it on CD. I know maybe for the younger viewers, they're like, "What's a CD?" Yeah, back then we had cassettes and CDs, and I tried to watch it, and after two frames, I just turned it off. I'm like, nah, I can't watch this. This is not even worthy of being called the champion. But everybody needs a stepping stone and or
Absolutely.
a start.
Yep, for sure.
In Jumbo, yes, yeah, I remember. Back then like for all the different disciplines, so you had the doubles, the ladies, the seniors, the juniors, and then obviously the men's. You
I
had
don't
the
think you had.
separate arena. There was one table where they had literally built a separate
Yeah.
arena with seats and stuff. Yeah, that was good fun.
I don't think Six Reds existed back then.
Oh,
At least I
they
don't.
were, they were,
Yeah,
but
really?
nobody really took it
No.
that serious, because that was more like you could almost say a warming up event.
Yeah.
Because nobody, yeah, I mean, does it really mean that much? I don't know. Meanwhile, Rene looking odds-on favorite,
Yeah.
already creeping towards the snooker's required stage. So, looking at where the balls are sitting.
Yeah,
It's
just the black
pressure
and
black, but I think I fancy him to make this because making this black will automatically
oh, well.
forget what I said.
He looked kind of
Do you
entertained
know,
there as well.
it was literally one of them shots where he just quit it on the shot. As soon as he pushed the cue ball, he's like, okay, I'm done.
Could have been a worse result though.
I mean, it's obvious what he was trying, you
Yeah,
know. He
no,
was
for
trying
sure.
to put this black safe, but luckily it didn't leave anything on as well, you know. Will he be tempted for this long pot? What you reckon? Or he's
It's
not even
Sebastian, of
hesitating.
course.
No, no, it's René at the table.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, he was.
Look at that. He's just flicked the red that was over the middle hole.
Yeah, and the other one that might have gone in front of the pocket, also on the side.
He's covered the red behind the brown, so Sebastian is forced to taking on this red, and the red that was potable in the side or center pocket is now also glued to the black cushion. So it's just a case of keeping yourself alive in this frame, really. There's no point in trying to look for some sort of magical clearance, because I mean, nothing is impossible on the snooker table, but main priority is try to stack up some red and blacks
Yeah.
to limit, you know, the point difference. And just as I've said, try to ensure the black. No, he's not even bothered.
I heard that they will be taking a 15-minute break for now, so we will be back for the conclusion of this final in 15 minutes. That's 25 past 9. Um, stick around. We're not going to turn off the stream, and we'll be back later. Okay, ladies and gents, 2-all and all to play for. It's I guess we could say a best of 3.
It is, yeah.
And well, we've just missed the break off, but as long as we don't miss any critical shots.
I don't think. I think because we are, you know, in real time, so the viewers live, they should be able to see the break off.
Oh, okay, great. Excellent. So the guys were still discussing a little bit about if it was a foul and a miss. I think that was the 2-1 for Sebastiaan frame, the third frame. Anyway, it's up to the referee's discretion, and it doesn't really matter what we think or say. And it wasn't an annoying discussion, to be honest. The two of them just accepted the decision, but following that, of course, you can always ask, was it or wasn't it? It doesn't matter. And the most important part is that you focus on the rest of the game, because it's all to play for, as I said.
Yeah, and also, you know, a true mark of a good official or a referee in this case is someone that sticks by the decision and also can stop unnecessary discussions, you know, because
Yeah.
that will not benefit the match in any shape or form. So kudos to Joost in also in this scenario.
Joost, who coincidentally or not so coincidentally is also the organizer of this tournament.
Yeah,
Has he been organizing this since the beginning?
I mean, as far as I know, he has, you know.
Great.
I mean, I've come here since I joined this club around 2004. Yeah, he's always organized this tournament. Yeah, I
Great.
believe so. Maybe maybe in the beginning he had a bit of help from other figures back then who were also prominent figures here. But during time, he more and more took over by himself, and did all the sponsoring, whatever.
Yeah,
So yeah, major shout out to him as well.
which is great. I mean, really somebody who has love for the game, and
I mean, he's been to the Crucible to watch the World Championships multiple times with
cool,
other members of the Hague Snooker Association.
cool.
So the intern
Yeah, the snooker
members.
club. I think that the blue might be blocking this red into the black corner pocket. However, there's a thin snick maybe on the other red into the blue pocket.
It's a risky shot, but more or less maybe. No, I think he's trying to get rid of the red.
Ah, he could. Well, maybe he could. Well, I
I
don't
can
know.
understand that shot because
Yeah,
the red over there was always forcing an issue there.
absolutely. Do or die, and in this case, it wasn't a do or die shot. It was a good safety shot. Sebastiaan here also has to find the angle, and with a little bit of help of blue, ends up pretty safe.
That's a great return. Everything that could have gone wrong in that shot that went wrong.
Yeah, you could see the frustration there in his hand, trying to knock the table. Not too hard, obviously. Don't want to break your hand, as some prominent snooker players have done in the past. René here trying to bounce into the red to leave
Yeah,
himself on the black, but
he played a drag shot, but he really needed to nudge it out of the way. So it was a complete deceleration there. And even his safety isn't as straightforward. I mean, it's looking like he's playing off the blue, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and found a nice angle there.
Just played a dumb shot there. I'm a bit surprised because I felt like he had other options there, but seems to have covered any potential pots, or has he? So
Yeah,
he's playing off the bunch. I love the weight and the cue ball by René.
yeah, he's really got a feel for the table.
Especially the last two, three returns, you can see the difference. I mean, he's almost welding the cue ball on the ball cushion, which makes every return by Sebas more and more difficult. And he's forced an error. I mean, it's not a gimme, but it's one of the long pots you would fancy him. Well, he got close. Played it in such a way he couldn't leave anything. And now Sebas has to play more or less the same type of shot. Deep screw.
I wonder if he can generate enough screw here. It's yeah, as you can see, couldn't get it back into bulk. So René will be tempted here by one of these reds. Wow, that was miles off. Is he lucky? No, he's not. Need to grow a couple of inches, Sebastiaan, if you want to be able to make that one.
It's a messy layout. I mean, obviously the black clearly does pot, but the problem with the black returning on a spot, the red directly underneath the black is already blocking it going to the left bottom corner.
Yeah.
And even so, the right corner is available, but you always, in this scenario, you want to get rid of these balls behind it to have some, wiggle room to maneuver the cue ball. So although the reds are scattered, it's not a straightforward opportunity just yet. It needs some tight cue ball control for me at least, to consider this a good scoring opportunity. Already he's gone too far for the blue, so now he has to play some sort of a recovery shot.
And I think it's going to be the red under the black after this.
Yeah. Now, remains to be seen whether he can actually, you know, play it with backspin and maybe a trace of left hand side to hold it for the black, or cross the black because it's maybe too thin of an angle. He's queuing down on the cue ball, so it indicates me he's trying to hold for the black. And that was a helpful nudge. He's knocked the pink back into play.
The thing is that the color is, yeah, blue.
Yeah, I'd say so, because if he can just apply himself on the blue here, one good pot and you'd be right in amongst them.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a nice nudge, developing well pretty much black and pink in one shot,
But still, there's pressure on this blue,
for
because
sure.
he knows the red's out there for the taking, so really wants to make the ball here more than anything.
I'm so surprised at the speed that he plays those shots at.
I think it's also a bit of a pressure,
Yeah,
he's trying, he's almost like trying to overcompensate for him not to twitch the shot,
yeah,
whereas he's injecting a bit more power just to be absolutely sure
yeah.
he's trying to you know follow the cue through. Maybe he can play a gentle cannon on the two reds. It wasn't really gentle, but
So
that's the problem when you're playing a cannon, and especially playing in a blind pocket. You can easily miss the pot that you have to make.
after so much effort, finally developing the table.
It's a strange old thing. I mean, I felt like it wasn't a straightforward opportunity, but that one
Yeah,
cannon and missed pot, now all of a sudden you have like five reds that seem like unmissable in terms of playing position on them.
yeah. Oh, that was very sloppy. What
Was it?
what happened there?
He thought he had an angle, but oh, you can see by his body expression, he's shocked by that shot.
Foul 5. And well, Sebas is back in. I honestly thought that this could have been a nice punishing visit by René, but no such luck.
hmm
The less said about that, the better. um,
Yeah, it's frustrating because he's a great putter,
oh yeah, for sure.
Sebastian, and I mean some of the long putts he's taken on, it might have appeared a bit rash, especially with his cue action,
Yeah,
cue flying up.
it's either miles off or very crisp. Nothing in between.
Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like he's losing a bit of grip on this match, especially mentally. It feels like that.
Yep.
Remains to be seen whether that's actually the case, But
Well, this is the moment to pounce for René if he. It could really hurt.
Yeah, I'd be really surprised if René can, build some sort of frame-winning contribution out of this position. But I mean, at least he can try to pick off the three open reds and maybe try to get a nice angle on the black of the red to the left of the black, a high angle on the black, or maybe develop one of these 4 or 5 reds on the bottom cushion. Didn't play the cannon there. It's completely lost his cue ball there. So it's going to be a safety, I'm guessing, because it doesn't look like he's got an angle on the brown there. Or has he?
Wow.
Just about.
Well, if he didn't have one, he definitely made one there, and he still has. I don't know. I wonder if he has the angle on this red to go around the angles. I think he might. Yeah, very nicely done.
That's a poor shot.
No, I really disagree. I really
No,
disagree.
I'm just kidding.
It's I mean, if you go all in for that shot, then no, good shot to nothing.
Yeah, is it make up your mind time because playing position on that red isn't as easy as it might look.
I
I don't
think
know. I think if he misses the pink, he's probably snookered on the red. But I'm not saying this red is unmissable as well. It isn't.
so.
There's a lot of questions being asked why we're doing this in English. Do we care
Because you
to?
guys are used to listening to English on the BBC and um, well, actually, we hope to get as big an audience as possible. That's pretty much the real reason.
Because we had a few foreign viewers as well, right? When
During
we,
the national championships, definitely.
yeah.
During this championships, I don't really know, to be
And the
honest.
only
But
thing I would add to that is we've done it literally the whole day, so it wouldn't really make sense for all of a sudden, middle of the match, to turn into Dutch. That's the only thing I would say about that. But I'd like to think we're not speaking with the Dick Advocaat, not the Louis van Gaal.
yeah, steenkool. But yeah, throw up a poll on snooker in Nederland, and then let's see if that influences us for the next time.
Yeah.
No guarantees, though. Nevertheless, we're glad to have you guys as viewers, obviously, and well, you can always mute us if you so choose. In the meantime, though, René plays a nice safety behind the green. It's not impossible to get out of, obviously. There are a nice trickle on the reds on below the black would be
Yeah, you say that, but really, honestly, you wanna land on the left side of the 3 balls or the right side of the
yeah, exactly the right. I would say the right side of the,
outer ball because
but
you can easily leave it on, you know.
due
No,
to the pocket, I don't think he can reach it without using any side.
no, correct, but it would have been twice across. So
Yeah.
side rail, go past, the top side of the red to the left of the pink. Try to land on the 2 reds.
Oh wait, I do have to note down the foul, of course. And
Oh, that's the worst outcome.
yeah,
Yeah, that looks like a sellout.
so wait a second. It was a foul by Sebas, and then
I'm not
it's
so sure. Was it? I mean, the pace he played at, it almost like feels like he was just fed up with the foul on the misrule or something. I'm not so sure what happened there.
that would be very strange, to be honest.
Can we
Either
see
way.
the other angles?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Great. Yeah, perfect angle on the black here. To get rid of these two reds that are
Watch out that the black doesn't
minorly in the
block.
way of the black.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
I think
he's
it's going back to the brown.
no blue spot.
Oh, blue is available. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's actually worth for playing on the blue or black here.
Nice call.
Just a bit too thin than we would have liked, but I think he can still hold it for the red below the black. Nope, he opted for the open red. And has it bounced high enough? I think it has, because he's walking around the table pretty fast. Yeah, and he's also looked at the putting angle, so you would expect him to get this. It's the type of shot that, money in the bank.
Surprised at the speed that René jumped up after releasing, but it still went in. Looking forward to clinch this frame and be one separated from. I think. What does the winner get? Was it 300 or 500 euros?
No, it's 500.
500. That's
Yeah, the payout has always been. I think especially the before COVID. The funny enough, the Hague Open, the payout was more than the Dutch Championships.
what?
So that should tell you about the the occasion.
Yeah, and well, he mentioned that the big sponsors have left, but well, the club and himself have filled up the gap, so that's really really nice.
Yeah.
In the meantime, René has well and truly put this frame to bed.
Yeah, he has a great foothold on this match. That's evident to see. So I'm curious to see what kind of tactic Sebas is going to implement after this, because something has to change now. Yeah.
If you're wondering, yeah, okay, so that's this frame put to bed, and a concession by Sebas. There we go. Next frame. Well, our camera is back into drunk mode, so David, can you put your hand in front of the lens, please? Oh, actually, it's fixed. It's fixed. Thanks very much. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. And a great pot there by René. Was a bit of a shot to nothing, and that also means that with 1 point it will be nothing, but he can trickle up behind the green here. Let's see if he has the pace of the table, and he definitely does. This is one for from the practice book, so
Mhm.
Sebas should be able to hit the pack 10 out of 10 at the right pace. That is, if he has the pace, and he doesn't. This table is quite a bit slower. At least I've heard quite a lot of players complain. It was a little bit further to the left, Mr. Referee, but thank you very much, David. And this time
Oh
he
no.
does have the pace. So, and let me quickly note down the foul, the previous foul, obviously, and René can send it right back. No, I wouldn't be tempted for it either, to be honest. It's what does it give you?
A lot of headache.
Although I can see Sebas going for this one though.
Which one?
The red into the black right hand pocket.
Nah, I don't fancy neither of them. A lot of balls in the way. And what I will say, and I like that about his game, he's the type of player, he's more than happy to attack, but there needs to be a purpose behind it.
Mm.
Not just for the sake of potting a ball. He wants to have some sort of future for the
Yeah,
next ball, otherwise there's no point. I'm like that as well. It's very hard for me to take on a pot having no clue whatsoever. I mean, obviously, if it's for the frame, it's different, but the start of a frame, I need to feel like I can get some sort of position. Otherwise,
yeah.
I'm not even interested. These are tricky ones, but I think he's played it. Well, I mean, the pace was great. Just caught the brown there. I know it's early days in this particular frame, but I truly feel that it would be helpful for Sebastian at some point trying to open this frame up.
That is quite early indeed in the frame, but I'm sure that Sebas will be very happy with that opening. A nice red in the heart of the pocket. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard
Pressure
to.
pot already.
It's going to be hard to hold. It's a nice pot, and let's see. He
Yeah, I think the black was on its spot. It wasn't removed, so it should still go.
yeah, for sure.
Stun shot. I
What's the
just
matter?
I just observed his body language because he did hit that firm, and to be as close to the cushion as that, because I can guarantee you in West End he would have definitely bounced higher up.
Yeah.
You can see by his body language, he's like, man, I'm trying my hardest out here. Yeah, he's lost the cue ball, I'm afraid. Unless he pots something outrageous, this is end of break already.
I don't think there's anything on, to be honest. It's going to be hard to avoid the pink here. Oh my god. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I think he's fed up with the tip for tat type of game, and I don't know. I mean, from the jaws of the corner pocket, in any scenario, your back is firmly against the wall.
Mm.
I would have liked to have seen him play some sort of aggressive safety, where he can develop a couple of reds, maybe force or tempt René to take on a rash shot. That's a let off. Yeah, well, you say you got away with it, but at the other hand, I think if you're Sebastian, you're just happy to be back at the table with no points damage.
Yeah, no, for sure. And of course, he has a route up to bulk, so
Yeah, I mean, he's looking at the both reds. The only thing he's worried about is maybe sending one over the right corner pocket. But again, I'm all for trying to develop these reds.
well, in fact,
It's not completely out of the woods. I mean, the red is looking invitingly just above the blue, but he still needs to put a pressure ball here because it's close to the cushion. Neither of the three balls are looking absolutely money in the bank. Yeah,
it's
it's done well. Almost back at the same position. Put all your focus in putting this red. Not too hard. You should be able to land on the pink. He played it positive, so he went down for the black. Again, it's pretty close to the cushion. It's not 100% unmissable just yet.
yeah, nice smooth cue action, and well, this all of a sudden has turned into a frame-winning opportunity. I know, I can see Arya doubting me, but the thing is that Sebas,
It
well,
is, in theory, it is, but he's not. He's not got the cue ball on a string.
no, he hasn't been playing as well
If
as
you
he
look at
had
if you look
during
at
the.
the putts he's made, they're all great, but none of them he's landed absolutely plumb on a color. I mean, again, the angle is fine on this pink, but he's way more further from the pink than he would have liked. And I think the red he's closest to will go to the. So it's going to be a jacked up shot, but is there anything on after that? That's the thing. Is there some sort of angle where you can nudge the pink towards the middle? Well, he did contact the pink, but not enough on him. So now, does the pink pass the two reds to the left?
I doubt it, to be honest.
Yeah, you could play, the thin blue because
Yeah,
the yellow isn't on the spot. So on the way back, he should be able to control the cue ball. But it's definitely not a gimme.
no, he's going for the long.
Again, like here's the thing. Like, so when you said that it's a great frame, in theory it is because the reds are open. But so far in this break of 21, he hasn't got the cue ball in tight
No,
control.
for sure.
And when you're struggling or when you are fighting for that bit of form, it just becomes harder and harder. I do believe this is the first time he's actually had an easy and nice controllable pot left. So it's important for him to get a.
What I'm surprised is that he's still letting that cue ball run, whereas he knows that this table just isn't exactly his speed, so he's losing control of the cue ball a lot. Often,
I'm a bit surprised he's not looking at the pink here because it looks, natural angle, screw it off one cushion. Maybe he's not really comfortable using the rest.
it's going to end at a break of 27.
And that's what you get. I mean, when you're constantly having these iffy shots, it's most of them were missable, to be honest.
Yeah.
So in that sense, he's done well actually to build a 35 point lead.
And René hasn't gotten, or well, has still got the the skills, obviously, to punish this opportunity. So who knows? But he has quite a ways to go. As you said, 35 points the difference now, 34.
Yeah, I think I
Oh,
agree with the choice of getting the blue back on the table.
all implements are required.
Yeah, isn't it very hard when you have the full extension to, like to judge the pace, because the balance of the cue is completely off. It's really, for me, it feels most of the time guessing rather than being absolutely sure.
Yeah.
Dropping it in is a different story, obviously. This isn't the ideal position either for René. I'm just wondering if he's got enough angle for the red that's closest to this cue ball to stun it off the reel and play for the pink, or is he? Oh, he's topping through, follow through. So the line was good. He's just missed a pot there, and he has presented Sebastiaan a very makeable red to the right middle pocket, and it looks to be comfortable enough angle to hold for the black here.
Yeah.
There we go. It's looking on the cards that this will go
All the way.
all the way, yes. I think it's interesting as well to see Mario here sitting at the bar, keeping a close eye on these two players.
Yeah, so he mentioned that he was training now for 7 months, and
7 months?
seven. Yeah.
I didn't
Uh,
say that.
hmm?
I didn't say that he's playing training for 7 months.
No, he said it to
Oh,
me.
sorry. Oh, sorry.
Um, and and that's every week, at least twice a week. So that's decent if you have the skills of Mario Weerman.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to get to the interesting stages of this tournament.
Yeah, but it was
I know.
also the draw.
Yeah, for sure. No, 100%. In the meantime, it looks like we're going to have a safety battle here.
Yeah, in this particular instance, I mean, obviously Sebastian is leading the dance because he's 38 points in front.
And that was a bit short. Black is still available in both pockets, so
Two red and blacks, and the frame should be secure.
yeah. But it's René now who is.
I feel like it's a bit hampered queuing. Yeah, it is. So it just makes the shot a little bit more difficult than it otherwise should have been. Swooshed it. Yeah, it's pretty straight, so you can hold the cue ball pretty much where the black was. That's all you could have done there. I think what are we looking at, this angle or?
Yeah, we're looking at this
Ah,
angle.
yeah, okay.
So it's a tin snick.
Yes, it's hard to gauge for me whether he can hold it. You would think he could hold it for the black, because that's the ideal ball to play position for.
Still has
This
a.
angle is also nice on the blue, but needs to hit these two reds nicely. Now, if he could somehow firstly hit the black cushion and then nudge the left red out, it would be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, good angle. Oh, that is so unfortunate. That is really unfortunate.
There is a lesson to be learned here. When you observe and watch a player like René, although bitterly disappointed not having the outcome he wanted,
Mm.
immediately switches and thinks, okay, what can I do with this shot now?
Yep,
And then he goes on and plays a pretty decent safety, to
absolutely.
say the least. And
Yeah.
that's the lesson you can take out of this. instead of shaking your head and losing a lot of energy. You
Uh,
could you can't reverse this situation, so you might as well just play the best possible shot out there.
I mean, the whole goal of the game is to put pressure on your opponent by either potting or by playing safe.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can imagine that that's if you reason that way, that René.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's not
that's
how we try to
no.
hit the red. So the difference is 24.
So Sebastian needs
Red
a
color
red color
red
red.
would be
Yeah.
enough. And even, I mean, the most important thing really is just maybe red and a high value color. Even if he doesn't fancy it, he lands awkward on the red, he can play a very easy snooker. As long as he gets close to the red by putting first red and a color here.
But not giving your opponent a chance.
Yeah, but this is ill-advised. Now he's gone towards the other red,
Yeah.
right? The problem
Yeah.
ball. So now René has the option to do something here. He might opt to maybe try to pot it and then
It's
roll
going to
up
play
behind the
safe behind the
black.
black. Yeah.
Or this was a intentional miss, play the safety, and now he's bang under pressure because
Yeah.
if he somehow butchers this difficult safety escape, all of a sudden now René has got a big chance.
Nearly the DDK. Oh my God, this is. That's this game, ladies and gents. Ups and downs. It's always fun to see the non-verbal communication that the players are doing with their arms and hands. Oh, and René even fouling here.
It's a game of inches. Now, if you're, this is an interesting situation, right? Because if you're Sebastian, you could easily put the balls back in position. He's got a great putting opportunity.
Yeah.
Brown is also push safe. Stop shot, plays for the blue
No, play.
or even the green,
I
whatever he
mean,
prefers.
play positively. That
Yeah.
would be my advice.
So yeah, we've got a decider on our hands. Finally, some positive feedback.
Thanks, Frank. Our Frank, indeed. My co-trainer up in Groningen, trying to keep the game alive. So 33 behind, 27 on the table. René will definitely still be going for snookers, yeah.
It's definitely worth a go, especially where the brown sitting where it
Yep.
is. Or even the pink for that matter, I mean, it's if you somehow
Yeah.
can get your cue ball behind that, then your opponent is in real trouble.
5, 12. Yeah, we have a correct score. So Sebastian, only it's not Sebastian that's playing. It's René. Fuck. Okay, can you go and get the score, please?
Yeah, no, it's still lagging.
Ja, maar we moeten wel even de score hebben, dus... Sorry guys, it's quite frustrating that especially during this most critical phase of the final, the stream or YouTube, I have no idea. Yeah, I know it's back. That's great. But the thing is that due to a quick switch, we counted all of the points to Sebastian, whereas it's actually René that's potting the balls. So I'm quite certain that. Well, okay. I'm just going to count from here on, and then we'll fix it later. Nice find there by René. Did land on the wrong side of the blue, but I wonder if that other plant can also be made. Seems to be aiming just slightly off. But he in fact misses a relatively easy blue. I've seen a lot of easy blues being missed on this table this last couple of matches. So I hope that the score is correct. We're getting an update any moment now from Arya. He ran up and down. 14-15, not even close. 2014, great, thank you very much. So we'll solve it like this, and we can always take off an extra red, but as far as I know, the reds are 9 reds, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's a pink, okay. Yeah, 9 reds. Okay, so take off reds, 1, there we go. Once more, thanks very much, guys. I know it's not ideal. We didn't press any buttons, but the connection has been restored. Um, so if you want to sponsor us and you're from Vodafone or Ziggo or whoever, KPN,
BBC also good.
BBC, yeah. Well, I was more thinking of 5G and being able to have our own setup. We'd definitely be interested. Any other sponsors are always welcome to contact us as well, just so that we can build out this well semi-professional setup. Well, it's
Oh
unfortunately
wow.
it's not
Oh
professional at all.
wow.
What a fluke there from René at a
I mean,
critical time in this
honestly,
frame.
if you're Sebastian, you're devastated there.
Although, I mean, what can he do after this?
No, not really. Nothing actually, because that's the thing. When especially in Q sports, when the opponent is at the table, there's nothing you can do. You could be the greatest of all time. You just have to sit and suffer.
Yeah. No, but I mean, René could also not. I mean, it's just 1 point. That's what.
Yeah, that's true. Good point of view.
And it's still he's stuck back on the cushion, so that's not a fun situation to be in. But I wonder, can he? Ah, yeah,
Great safety,
exactly.
by the way. Has to be said.
He's going to land
Welded on the cushion.
on the red next to the pink, but that was
Ooh,
way
and
off.
I mean, I I have to presume the white has drifted because there's no way someone from Sebastian's caliber would hit the jaws. I mean, it's impossible for me to believe his alignment is that off. It has to have drifted.
To be honest, I'm surprised that René has him replace the ball. Yeah, but then again, it wouldn't be a much worse position for him to be in. So, oh my, well,
I think the top red definitely cuts in. I'm not saying it's an easy ball, and probably if he opts to take the shot on, he's gonna run either into the yellow or go awfully close to the left center. Maybe that's also why he's digging down. He hasn't even attempted the pot there. Something to say for that, because I felt there was no real added value in trying to force the issue. So it's looking like Sebastian is maybe considering a calculated risk. He was looking for the gap for the black, so he's trying to play more or less a stop shot, or well, just a slight screw shot. Well, screw shot, that was a
wow.
topspin ball. Yeah, it's actually pretty unlucky. Where does remains to be seen if and how he can play safe off the pink. Maybe he has to go around the back of it.
Or maybe get a fluke of his own. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So interesting situation. I think that he can play the furthermost right red into the pocket and have a route back down, but he didn't play for that. Focus on safety.
The frame's in the balance, so honestly, for the every
Another good shot.
exchange now becomes more and more pressurized. So I think, for a neutral point of view, this is great stuff, right? Watch him sweat it out. Just missed. Well, still touched the brown, but not full enough to leave a sitter of a red just yet. It's one of those, if he's gonna take on this red, he wants to play it with loads of check side or he could even stun it around the back of the bunch, but he needs to hit it no. So no attempt of the pot there. But has to be said, his cue ball is way off. It was even nowhere near the ball cushion. This could bring the black into play. No, it hasn't. But the cue ball is a lot better than his adversary in the previous attempt. So it's looking like René is taking control of this safety exchange. You see what is happening here? Now the past 3 shots that Sebastiaan has been forced to play by René.
Yeah.
He's been short of the ball line or the ball cushion, but this isn't a good reply. Before this shot, the other way around, the cue ball was close to the cushion by René.
I'm surprised that René didn't go for the shot to nothing there, because it seemed that it had pretty much the same angle. Then again, I mean,
nice clear pot, but is the blue potable?
it's
Is it?
so hard to see from this perspective, even from this perspective. But
He must be going for it, because I don't think the pink passes it.
And the next
easily.
Red is a gimme.
Yeah. How much he would give you to be able to put these 5 open reds with colors, right?
Well, 500 euros, I think. I really thought he had an angle to hold there for the middle pockets. Oh, excellent. But
can we switch to the other angle to see?
Yes, we definitely can. And here you can see that, well, they will go.
Most important thing, at least pass the blue ball line. It's a nice effort. He tried to get on the pink. I'm pretty sure he tried that. But feels obviously the brown is the easier ball to play position of. Nearly jumped out of the pocket for some reason. And he's lost the cue ball there. Maybe try to put this red and play good safety or something, because if you're playing jacked up, this becomes very much so missable. Oh no, Sebas. Don't tell me you're actually considering that.
Well, I was playing against Stephen Lee, so maybe he got some inspiration.
No. Not on 3-all. Not on 3-all, come on, man. No, for me, this is a desperation shot. Nah, sorry. There's no way I can sit here and say that's the right shot to play.
Well, let's see if the
It's not a
karma gods of
complete
snooker.
sellout just yet. I mean, goodness me. Talk about going for the gauntlet, right?
Mhm. René is going to probably play a stop shot here because he wouldn't be able to leave much except the ball that he's playing for. And well, that worked out reasonably.
Yeah. We have to also take in consideration it's been a long day. It's the final. It's 3-all. There is some
What
pressure.
a nice shot.
It's getting edgier.
So with us approaching this the conclusion of this final, I would quickly like to oh yeah, good point. Thank you, Arya. Also mention that don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We are nearing the 100 subscribers, so it would be nice to reach that after this evening. And in the meantime, Sebastiaan is in between the balls here, and I wonder if yeah, blue will go into the middle pocket. It's going to be
Yeah, and yeah, but he didn't pot the green though. He potted the
brown.
brown ball. Yeah,
Yeah, misclick.
that's correct.
Nice shot. Again, a little bit too close to the cushion for my
Can we
liking.
switch the other camera?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
I mean, kind of feels like he's forced this opportunity out of nothing, really.
Mm.
So he's 20 in front, 21 in front. Red and the black would already leave René needing
Yep.
snookers, but the more logical shot would be to draw back, play it for the blue, play it to perfection.
Yeah.
So blue and yellow would be enough for René to needing snookers. Yeah, I mean this is a
Drops.
burst out of nothing
Yeah.
really, because it's not like when he entered the table they were sitting pretty, but somehow he's made it into a frame-winning contribution, as it seems. I mean, remains to be seen. Yellow for sure he'll pot, and if he can make sure of the green and the brown, then yeah, this match is over.
The mini butt comes to the rescue, and now he'll
Thought he would have dropped that yellow in natural dead weight, but
trickle the green in. No, he's actually going to go for position.
yeah, so 29 ahead, 25 on, so one snooker to tie. What are the odds that this will go to final respotted black? For the drama, it would be amazing, right?
It definitely would. Oh, René wasn't happy with that. I think he would
Yeah,
have
the
liked to.
problem is the black, it's not in a place where you can utilize the black for playing snookers. I like that. I like the idea. Just fell short. If you're Sebas, you're trying to either snooker him back or just leave as much as possible separation between the balls.
So he's
However, in this situation, if he gets a snooker with 5 or more points, you could be able to win
yep.
if he was in the position to clear. First thing first, obviously, he needs to lay good snookers, which already looks very hard indeed. And this is not helping
That
either.
was a poor shot.
Yeah, I
Surprised he
think
didn't
it's
send
safe to
it.
say.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't send it up the middle of the table.
Oh.
But Sebas can't kill off the frame just yet.
Mhm.
Still everything to play for, obviously. I mean, that's just one snooker. That's
I think it's not even a bad idea to trying to drop the blue in
oh no.
close to the pocket because the black is safe.
Hmm.
You actually want him to go for the blue.
Well, I'm sitting at the on the edge of my seat, and it's still very exciting. I would be very surprised if René still manages to clinch this, but he has a nice opportunity now to.
The the black is the big problem there. I mean, it's hard enough to play snookers with three balls on the table, but black being completely out of commission
One
is
thing
not
at a
helping
time.
his cause. I mean, under pressure, anything can be missed. I'd say that maybe the jaws of the middle pocket could be a danger. Other than that,
Well, you called it. You honestly have a magic magic cue ball somewhere because you can look in the future. um, wow. Nicely done, Arya.
yeah, but the black once again, it's still welded to the cushion. It's not like, and this even this shot right here, right? So it's not the type of shot you really want to play, but you're forced into. Because if you hand it back to Sebastian, hands on, he will go for the double.
Of course.
He's handed it back. I'm not so sure if I'd agree with this, but no, I don't agree with this decision. Not at. Oh no.
Why?
I just knew he was gonna go for that, and
I'm
that's
just.
always on. That's always on. I don't understand that.
Ik snap echt helemaal niets van, sorry. Made no sense.
Mm.
Why would you give the initiative to
Well,
your
I mean,
opponent?
here's the thing. The only thing I would say is that the safety was difficult. I was looking at it. Maybe you could send it twice across to push the blue towards the black and force Khan to somehow bring the black into play. But I would never give it back because he only needs the blue. And of course he's gonna go for it. Look where the black is sitting.
I'm just gobsmacked. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our winner. It's Sebastiaan Kan winning 4-3 from René van Rijsbergen. And maybe David can quickly try and get Sebas for a quick interview. And then we can start to pack our bags and head back to Holland, to Groningen.
Yeah,
um,
I have to say big congrats to
yes,
Sebas.
absolutely. Well, we call. I mean, obviously, it's yeah. Wow, wow.
Yeah, we'll hear from him shortly. Thank you guys for the feedback, especially those who were
It's okay. It's okay. Any kind of feedback is always
sparing their
appreciated.
minds for us, huh?
Well, we hope you enjoyed it, and we're going to have Sebas here. He's you can see the big smile on his face. um, well, we enjoyed it. Stick around. We're going to quickly uh, switch on over to the interview with Sebastiaan Kan. Once more, thanks to Corné for sponsoring the stream. Thanks to Arya for being
No
here,
problem, no
spending
problem.
his
All the
free
all the
Sunday.
credit needs to go towards, as the way I look at it, needs to go to you because you've come from a very long trip to provide this stream, and it's my pleasure to have the current and the new Hague Open champion Sebastiaan Kahn
Woo!
joined us in the booth.
Thanks a lot.
First thing first, Sebas, share us your thoughts.
Oh, for God's sake. It wasn't pretty.
It
Um,
wasn't.
I had to fight and struggle to get over the line and to win frames. René is always a tough competitor, especially when the frames go the way he created it today.
Hmm.
Um, I'm more of an open type of play, and the way the safety game developed, he kind of forced me to also put reds against the cushion.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
every now and then I try to force some shots or play a thick safety shot just to free some reds. And when you play a thick safety shot here, it just doesn't reach the bulk, and
No.
it's really tough.
No.
So I was really struggling to get in my game, and every now and then when I got into balls, I queued alright. And well, overall, I think I'm.
I think you're a deserving winner for sure. I mean, especially if we look at this day.
Yeah, I sure as
You,
hell
you,
fought
you,
for it.
yeah, you fought for it. You beat some tough opponents along the way,
Yeah,
and
all of the team of Maasluis.
well,
Amir, Amar, Jelle,
I
René.
wasn't in, so
Yeah.
that doesn't count. But
Well, Jelle beat you, so
yeah,
technically, yeah.
but no, no. I mean, look, it was fun commentating on your matches.
Yeah.
There was always some sort of action or drama going on. But I don't know. I just want to ask you,
Yeah.
were you surprised he put you back in
Yeah.
with the blue?
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
could not believe
I
that.
was praying for that. And he
Yeah,
actually did
because
it.
I knew for a fact
Yeah.
I bet my house on it. He's gonna go. He's gonna go for
Obviously,
this.
black's on the cushion. Why
Exactly.
wouldn't I go for this?
Exactly. Because I
And
just
with taking the double on, a good chance white's going towards the pink, so you might have an option to cover something. I didn't believe he put me back in. No,
yeah,
I was thrilled. Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. But also have to ask you this. So where does this victory sit in in your personal achievements?
quite high actually,
Yeah,
because I usually can perform quite well in tournaments, but I'm not a regular tournament winner.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I really like it. Yeah,
yeah. So you rate it
tastes like
highly
more. Yeah,
for sure. And again, a nice century total clearance,
yeah,
which I'm sure you're gonna look back at some
yeah.
point.
Wasn't a total
Uh,
clearance though. I was
no,
already on
well,
13 or something, but doesn't matter. It
yeah,
was a good clearance and a good century, and yeah, it felt really good. Queuing well, and I think I was in control that whole break except for one shot, brown to blue.
yeah,
The rest was all spot on. So
yeah.
really thrilled with that. And
Are there
all,
any persons out there that you want to highlight or shout out to?
obviously Debbie who's sitting here all day, um, supporting me, and well, yeah, love that. And obviously everyone who's ever supported me and helped me, and the guys in West End are living with me at the moment, getting
Yeah.
thousands of WhatsApps and all sorts of messages. Um, really nice guys, way to go. And yeah, I think we have a strong friendship over there in West End, and everybody's wants the best for each other, and that's really nice feeling.
There's nothing left for me to say than to congratulate you.
Well, thanks a lot.
Uh,
Yeah,
I know you're a very likable dude and a very attacking player, as you've mentioned it
yeah.
yourself. So I think this title has a deserved winner,
Well,
and
I decided at one point I just wanted to go for my shots, and I just did that. And whatever the risk, I took calculated risks, and a couple of times that turned out really well for me.
yeah.
A couple of times I did leave Rene in, and he didn't make the most of it. And well, I think I just tried to play positive, you know. And well,
Game of inches,
I
and
keep doing that.
the last frame favored you. There's nothing else you can say, really.
Yeah,
Once again, man, massive congratulations,
yeah.
and
Well,
thrilled to hear that this also means a lot to you. And
yeah.
we hope to see you back. Well, you
And
have to come on,
and I
you're
really
defending
love that,
champion.
I really love that we arranged the live stream for this tournament.
I
Really
do,
love
I
that.
do too,
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah.
And
So well done, Bram, as well for putting it all
absolutely,
together.
and
And
everyone
yeah, Joost for
like
organizing the tournament,
Joost
obviously.
or
Yeah,
Corne for sponsoring
yeah,
this stream as well. So huge shout out to
yeah.
everyone. And
And I'm really glad I didn't end up in the commentary box today. So
no,
next time again.
for obvious reasons, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Once again, thanks for joining us in the
Thanks a
commentary
lot.
booth.
Yeah.
And there you have it, guys. Your new Hague Open champion.
Woo! You hear everyone clap, yeah? Cheers, guys.
Bye bye.